again, when we initially spoke, so obviously we spoke probably about 2 months ago about first having this conversation. I don't know how I framed it, but you seem quite taken aback by my phrasing of it. I think I try and, again, because of my cultural heritage background, whatever, I try and tiptoe around the subject, and it's difficult. And I think I said that I found some of your content shocking in terms of like it's very direct. And then your response to that was something along the lines, I'm very surprised to hear you say that, because in my community, in my culture, my background, we don't have this issue. There's that like celebration and that openness towards sexuality. So, and yeah, like you said, we have to acknowledge that we're not a monolith as a Muslim community. You know, on the table, we've got such vast different backgrounds here. The Muslim community is you know, huge. But with regards to the direction that we've gone, why do you think that we've kind of veered off in a different way? And also, you know, what's you know, you give talks and you speak about this, and I've seen you on Instagram lives and doing webinars and seminars and you know, everything else before COVID, obviously. But what's been your understanding of kind of modern conversations in Muslim communities? And I guess also, you know, it would be good to also appreciate it from like a cultural perspective, like the cultures that are more open, cultures that are more closed, and what direction we're kind of going in.
It's a brilliant question. I would say, if I were to sum it up, and it's looking at many cultures, both even Muslim and non-Muslim, we have a problem of male sexual entitlement, where the concept of sex and desire and intimacy, it's not really a problem amongst many Muslim circles, amongst Muslim men, but it's genuinely an issue if Muslim women want to speak about desire or speak about, even within the confines of their marriage, they feel like they might be shamed. They might feel like they're not able to even conversate with their own husband. They might not even able to bring this topic to speak about in public or speak to the imam. And there's a lot of men who are uncomfortable to hear women's views or their opinions or some of their issues in regards to the issue of sex. But when it comes to Muslim men, if a Muslim man has an issue, go and marry another wife, divorce your wife.
Exactly.
Even if it's related to sex. So it's not that we have reservations speaking about this topic. We have reservations speaking about this topic when it pertains to women. That's what I've noticed. So the culture of male sexual entitlement is something which is, you could say it's a pandemic. It's across many cultures. And that's something that I think that's something I'm trying to do, is not only to speak and hear what different women, competent women, can speak about this issue, but also to educate men as well, because we need to be able to listen and understand from the woman's perspective. Because at the end of the day, if we are marrying women, we don't want to satisfy their needs, that was something that wasn't the understanding of a lot of the early Muslim scholars. And that's what I wanted to speak about, that it was part of your duty as a man, as a Muslim man, as a Muslim husband, not only to provide for your wife in terms of financially, but also to provide in the bedroom and romantically as well, and understanding her needs, and not just thinking about penetrative intercourse. Sorry for being a bit, straight to the point, but that's something that we're obsessed with, rather than understanding there's different ways to pleasure a woman without always thinking about sexual penetration. So that's what I wanted to kind of bring to light, and again, have these conversations with different people who are competent, qualified, educated, that can educate not only women but also men as well, because I think we need to understand that sex, it should be a mutually pleasurable act for both parties and not something that's just about the man. So the culture of male sexual entitlement, I think that's something that we kind of need to address and give women the power where they feel entitled to sexual pleasure the way many Muslim men do feel entitled to pleasure.
That's absolutely right, because women don't feel they are entitled.